Hello, my lovelies. Nicole here with your reading for Capricorn. What are we getting for Capricorn today? So the reading for Capricorn, I got two cards here. I've got the child that I was meant to be in the shadow, and also the fairy card of the sun. I'm going to talk a little bit about that more. But let's address that shadow. Let's get that darkness cleared and understand and embrace that shadow within so we can be the light that we are meant to be, so we can live in that light vessel. So it's the number 8, the child that I was meant to be. And in that shadow, let's read those notes here. It's a moon phase is the waxing of the moon, the stage again of anger right now. And that's okay. Even if I had to break apart, as long as it serves a purpose. So you go into the dark night of the soul and you go into that fragmentation. So you understand when you blow, just like glass, the breaks or the shards of the glass, if you take each piece of sand and you blow that glass and that beautiful glass, and with that heat and that light, you create something beautiful that is you. And what are you creating right now? And the visual seed is the female knight wears heavy armor. She holds a blade from her, and a blade of light slices across her face, showing the deadly seriousness of her stare, the mirror of her resolve. So we're getting a little deep here, Capricorn, because you are the most disciplined member of the zodiac. Capricorns are known for their endurance and their determination. But what does this truly mean deep down right now that you can clean and clear? So when you get to 2022, you can rise to the cream of the crop. It's about alchemy. It's about what herbs and oils. It's about rising to the gold of us. The strong power and sacrifice, our fears, our hopes, they are all chains in a small world. Our sense of self is small, petty creature of uncertain resolve and shaky horizons. We have sacrifice. We must sacrifice some of that, not everything. Do not allow others to force us into sacrifice, because we have our free will. Are we serving ourselves so we can serve others? Some things we do need to sacrifice, but we are locked or stricken, and you don't want that gossip. Gossip comes up, the betrayal, the misunderstanding. So what is the truth of that, and how can we fix it? We accept the price to pay, that we used our blood and our tears and our currency that give us the right to stand and rise tall. There's so much in that, so much gorgeous stuff. And the reason I read this is because it's so important, it's so potent, and it says that truth. And I love to have my notes here so I can read what is the truth of you, right? What are we doing? What are we looking at? Are we looking at the full picture? And oracle cards cause us to look at the full picture. This is the sun with these cute little fairies and the little cute little fun body. And he's reaching in to the pond to a frog, and he sees the mirror. And the water is a mirror, the mirror that reflects, what are we reflecting to the outside world? It is important. Don't let people know that it's not important what your presence and how you present yourself outside, because you want people to embrace you. How do you see yourself in others' eyes? And what is the reflection in that darkness and that shadow of us? What is that reflection? What is the reflection that we are seeing in others? And sometimes that trigger that we can trigger from other people, where we trigger is that mere reflection of us inside that we need to embrace and love. And so 8 is financial. It's abundance is coming to you now. You want some money? Take your money. Love your money. Whether you're spending cash, tell it you love it. Tell it you're thankful. Write yourself a letter to that money, and be thankful for it. Be thankful for it. Woke doesn't mean broke. People, come on. You need to embrace that. If you have money, you can give money. You can be in servitude. You can live well, and others can live well. You can't save the whole race yourself. It's one person at a time. So start with yourself, and you want to do that, right? The rune that I picked up is Soilo. And Soilo is the sun. It's the seagull, the sigil. Excuse me, the sigil What is the sigil? What are we putting forth? The symbol for us, the victory, the clear vision, honor, achievement, rest. It's also self-centered in the reverse. And so we want to make sure that we are not self-centered. And that sun, your sun is watching over you and protected as he explores his world. So the sun, and again, the sun in Soilo. You can't make this shit up, you guys. So you get the sun twice in this reading. The sun is the sun, our creation, who we birth, the actual physical sun as a mother or a father to our son, the sun. Jesus is the sun. He is the light. He is the sun, the creator. These words have such deep meanings. And the sun watches over you. He's playful. He's juvenile. You want to be in that spirit because Capricorn, you can be a little locked up at times, right? And you don't want to do that. You want to be free. And how do you do that? You live with that spirit energy. Okay, so let's go. Zoom is talking to me. Hello, Zoom. Uh, eh, 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 let's talk further about childhood diseases. And you can see that I have the alchemy of herbs and oils. And so let's look at the childhood diseases as the spiritual block into your life. It could be mumps, it could be measles, it could be all a slew of chickenpox, whatever you had as a child. That is an emotional block for you right now, Capricorn. It's the majority of childhood diseases tend to affect our eyes or nose or ears right here, the senses, the sensory perception, the third eye, the throat. Inner turmoil is going around and it's repressing the difficult to open and express your feelings and the adults around. So it's hard for us to be charismatic and express our feelings in a certain way. We need to speak our language of love. We need to speak that language also to others. So Capricorn, you're career motivated, you're focused on the status of the earth signs and highly driven person, but you got to heal yourself, and healing those childhood wounds, healing that shadow within us will allow you to be prosperous in 2022. The mental block of a sick child or a young baby, that young boy or that young girl, maybe in more of that playful masculine energy as a child, you need to rise and adjust to the new world. And here other in my notes is that the importance of realizing the child and arriving on the planet and the belief system passed down and the baggage that goes forward. So let's release that. And how do we release it? What herbs can we take? So throat, immune system is lobelia, and that herb is a wonderful herb. It's known for the power for as a relaxant. It brings up any of that mucus in our body and it allows us to get it out. And that mucus affects our eyes, it affects our senses, it affects our clarity in our consciousness. And if our brain is not clear, if we're not focused, we're not realizing what our third eye is telling us and what we are receiving and perceiving as our truth. It helps with allergies. It helps with a slew of things. And as an herbalist, as somebody who has had been hospitalized in my childhood, I am learning and constantly growing with herbs. Growing, no pun intended. Well, actually, I love puns. But anyway, you want to grow with that. You want to take care of your balance. And every day, I will say this again and again and again, I take a tincture of cayenne, garlic, and turmeric. Those are great for boosting the immune system, along with health, along with sunshine, along with omegas. So get out there, get exercise. I want you to be with herbs. If you can't go outside with herbs, have herbs in your house, have some dried herbs hanging up. So Capricorn, in order to, you need to get a new routine. And you're great. You are great at being disciplined. So let's develop a new routine. Make these habits easy. Add little things at a time. Don't go crazy because you'll never get it done. But you are regimented. Don't drive yourself crazy because you want to spend some time healing. You don't need all that, don't go down that tunnel of research. So just a little bit, whatever, hey, Google the great God of wisdom. Go to Google and check that out and see what is that, right? And so, crystals that are great always start with quartz. So also the throat. So anything blue. Lapis is a traveling blue. So what you want to do is You can use blue through your throat chakra. You can wear the color of blue, but singing bowls will help. That is coming up too. And you know, you don't that physical block. So leave those physical blocks of the chills of being very cold. You're not exposed to cold chin. You know, a lot of times those chills will come up. Spirit was just downloading me with a little bit more on these gemstones. So for personal power, you know, use the blue appetite. It's almost like I call it appetite because it reminds me of an appetite. When you eat, things go down your throat. It's that appetite when you have the lust for creation, and we all should have a sensual appetite and a lust and a desire. To be heard, but to share the spoken word. So start spelling, start writing, Capricorn. Lapis lazuli is friendship, truth, and total awareness. So put those down, and I'm going to write these down because I want to put this in a blog and share that what came up. You know, have an appetite for life, right? When you're constricted in the throat, you can't share that. You can't bring that food in. And so you want to allow that breath, allow that food, healthy life. And remember, always lead yourself and go within so you don't go without. If you like more, sabotagesmasher.com, book your $22 22-minute for 2020 reading. I will send you, my lovely, a video of a reading for you. And so you can book that video and you'll get that session. It'll come out. It's not a one-to-one because you know what, my lovely, I charge a lot more for that time because I am damn worth it. But you just want a quickie, you can get a ton of information. You just got a ton of information in a few quick minutes. And I'm going to give you so much more so you can knock 2022 out of the park and just rock it. Love you. Ciao.